What's up everyone? I have a turn 1 Ogopogo victory for today, and you can see right here we get the level up. And the funny thing about this is actually it's not actually that bad. Like, I think at least for ranked you want to be leveling up on turn 2 anyway, so leveling up on turn 1 instead isn't too horrible. You can see it basically guarantees us a loss, but the Ogopogo is a good unit, so it's probably going to end up being alright. We're most likely going to draw right here because the Ogopogo is going to become a 2-6. And actually, curiously enough, we end up winning, so we're off to a great start. We have one of the most broken pets in the entire pack. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got this day 1 of playing the new unicorn pack, so I still have not gotten the grasp of the pack yet. You can see I'm trying to just take the lucky cat, take the Ogopogo, because obviously they're synergistic, but throughout the run actually I will forget to freeze multiple of the gingerbread mans, which actually turns out to be one of the most broken perks in the entirety of the pack. So big misplay not getting that, but whatever the case, we keep getting lucky, so it's not really going to matter. We get a Bigfoot and we get a level up prepared for next turn. I don't know how I'm going to play this honestly, because maybe me from the past thinks that it's a good idea to preserve level ups for turn 7 in order to get a tier 5 unit. But I guess not. I guess me from the past knows even on day 1 that Cyclops is a pretty good unit and we have to fish for it at this point. We pass up yet another gingerbread man, but it's fine. We take a Wyvern, hopefully it's going to make us level up into a Cyclops, or at least it's going to make it more likely for us to do the so. Here we are probably going to lose looking at the snipes of the team, but actually we end up drawing, which is actually very big. I guess actually is my word of the day. I hear myself repeating it over and over, you have to forgive me for that. Here we level up into 2 broken pets in the Chimera and the Vampire Bat, but we are after the Cyclops and the Cyclops only, so we're going to ignore both of those. We're going to reposition in such a way that we get the cat up to level 3 and then we have the Bigfoots up at the front. Thankfully both of them get to faint and we end up winning regardless, so the best of the both worlds. So now we have to look for a Cyclops if we want to make this build truly pop. Leveling up here isn't the best. There are some pretty good things you can buy, like I think on day 1 I was buying Salmons of Knowledge because not a lot of people are running the XP pets, but I think in today's meta like everyone is basically running Cyclops, Lucky Cat, Bigfoot, so it's not a good idea to help them out by giving them some extra XP. But for now you can see our opponent running a Skeleton Doggy, which not the best pet as I have discussed in the past, even though it looks deceptively strong. Maybe for a custom pack it can be pretty decent. Here we find the double Cyclops that we wanted, so we're going to take it. And we roll into yet another one, so we will have a level up ready for next turn. And there are pretty good units that you could find on the tier 6. Some of them being the Quetzalcoatl that I probably keep mispronouncing, but also the Team Spirit. Honestly, the perfect shop right here. We're probably even going to bring in a Cyclops just to give XP to the other Cyclops that we get to level up. It's a little bit more efficient this way. And indeed we do that. We level up into sadly nothing too useful. Behemoth is obviously very good, but it's not an XP synergy, and because this is an Ogopogo centered video, I want to get all of the XP pets online. So for now we're just going to level up the Wyvern and give ourselves another shot of finding what we need, which I think is pretty likely for us to do so, because the Wyvern is level 3 and we get so many level ups. You can see right here we find a Quetzalcoatl and a Team Spirit, so I think we should be pretty fine now. Maybe even we can sell the wyvern because it has done its job. It has found us the units that we need. I almost forget to freeze the Quetzalcoatl there, which was going to be super tragic, but thankfully I do come to my senses. So for now, hopefully we win this time. We are going to be in a very vulnerable spot on this turn because we transitioned so heavily. And by the looks of things, it's actually going to be mostly alright. Yeah, the 12 mana on the wyvern right there would have guaranteed us the draw regardless, but thankfully it didn't even have to come to that. So now we can combine the Cyclopses. A level 3 Cyclops is doing the same as a level 2 and a level 1, so it's best for us to combine. We take yet another Team Spirit on the team. And we're probably now going to sell the wyvern for the Quetzalcoatl, and we have the full level up build prepared. The great thing about a Quetzalcoatl plus a level 3 Cyclops is that it can immediately bring up a level 1 unit up to level 3. So I think we'll be pretty fine. We're getting the Lucky Cat on the team up to level 3 on this turn, and then we can sell it and cycle into yet another one. And this is going to be how we scale for this game. Hopefully we get the Team Spirit up to level 3 first though, because otherwise we're not getting the highest possible buffs. For now we face Crazerback, who I have been facing a lot on day 1 of the Unicorn Pack release, because I guess he's been grinding for some pretty funny runs as well. And thankfully at the time the Nessie was bugged. You can see right there it did not summon a fake Nessie, so that we ended up winning right there. Who knows, maybe that Nessie could have been like a 50-50. But never mind that, we are leveling up the Team Spirit up to level 3. The Quetzalcoatl and the Cyclops are going to help us level up the Lucky Cat as well, so that's going to result in tons of extra buffs. And the great thing is that from the level ups that we can get, we are actually kind of likely to get yet another Quetzalcoatl. And it's not like really the level of the Quetzalcoatl is going to matter, but if we do get it up to level 2, the Cyclops is going to bump it up to level 3 and the Team Spirit is going to give us tons of stats as a result. So that is the only reason I'm looking for a Quetzalcoatl in the shop. And yeah, I think you've seen this build lots already, but the gist is you can basically farm lots of ribbons this way. You can see the build is incredibly powerful, the scaling goes nuts every single turn. We are going to get to 50 HP on multiple of the units on this turn, I believe, maybe even on all of the 3 middle units, we'll have to see. First let us see the end of the turn right here. Kinda crazy, the Lucky Cat that we just purchased is already nearly 50 HP, so yeah, the scaling on this one goes in absolutely nuts. But I guess you can say that a lot of the things in the Unicorn Pack go absolutely nuts, so it kind of evens out. You can face some pretty disgusting looking builds that do not involve level ups, so we are not out of the woods yet. Here I am trying to find something useful to give to the team, some useful perks. Primarily I am looking for a melon and a pita bread for my 50 HP pets. But getting a stake on the Team Spirit isn't too horrible because it doesn't have the highest stats ever, as I failed to buy a cornucopia twice in a row. But yeah, we're looking for a melon and a pita bread on the rest of them. We get a tomato on the Ogopogo, not that I think it's really going to matter, but it's going to be at least semi-useful maybe. Getting rid of Cerberus or something. Yeah, maybe we're going to get rid of the Yeti right here, and we indeed are, but it wouldn't have really mattered, so why even why even bother putting the tomato on, I guess. Whatever the case, we are going to continue looking for decent perks, and we do find a melon, so we can equip it onto the Quetzalcoatl. Next up is the Cyclops. We are looking for some interesting perk on it. I'm not really the biggest fan of the perks in the Unicorn Pack other than the Gingerbread Man, so I'm probably not going to put an Easter egg on it, or I'm not going to put the Yggdrasil or whatever it was called onto it. But yeah, I don't think perks are really going to matter considering the amount of stats that we have. Like, probably the build that is going to defeat us at this point is like a full 100 to 100 behemoth team, but thankfully on turn 14 I don't think it's very likely for us to find that. So yeah, we're going to continue breezing through. We find yet another chocolate in the shop, but we don't need it, everything is level 3 already. We're looking for more lucky cats in the shop and thankfully we do find one. So now we have to look for a cornucopia once again in order to find some pretty useful perk for the Cyclops. I don't know what to say at this point, honestly. Like, the run just plays itself. I'm just cycling lower tier units and getting tons of stats every single turn, and I'm watching the units do the rest of the work for me. But yeah, turn 1 level 3, how is it called again? Ogopogo. Yeah, pretty good unit, probably going to get nerfed relatively soon, I would imagine, because it's basically like a better bug. But yeah, this is going to be the final turn. I'm going to keep looking for some perks or that I can put on. I decide to settle for a mushroom right there for some reason. But yeah, we're probably going to include one final lower tier unit, maybe one that I don't have the ribbon for, and we're going to call it a day. So we're rolling some more and we do find a griffin in the shop, so this is perhaps what we're going to take. I don't think it's pretty easy to get a level 3 griffin ribbon because the purpose of a griffin is to be sold, so I'm just going to accept the ribbon for it right now. And yeah, this is going to be the build. I really hope you enjoy it, and if you did, I hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.